And where did you live when you were first married, and just tell about your early married life.
Well, when the first year we were married, I was kind of working along with my dad. We farmed quite a bit of land and sort of a partner. And then I got a yen, or at least it seemed to be the thing I ought to do, to extend my education a little. And we went to McPherson, and I spent a year or two, well, a year in Central College. It's a religious school, and I think that was why I was there. I had a kind of a feeling that maybe that should be the work I would be in. But after I was there a year, well, things changed, and there was a person came through looking for young salesmen to sell aluminum cooking utensils. And at that time, aluminum was not too common. And I wound up with the job of retailing from door to door wherever aluminum cooking utensils. It was definitely, without a doubt, the very best product on the market. I still think it was. Nothing else compared with it. It was a little expensive, but we would contact someone. Usually it would require a little door-to-door calling to get started. But you would carry a little gift in your hand. I usually had a nice cookie sheet or a serving tray that you could use for either one. And I would knock on the door, and a lady would come to the door, and I would say, "Ma'am, would you like to have this nice serving tray or cookie sheet if it didn't cost you anything? Absolutely free." Well, usually it was a pretty thing, and usually she was interested. Well, if she would invite 3 couples of her friends over to eat a dinner, and I would bring the food and cook it, we would serve a meal in her home. And then after the meal, I would visit with them and make an attempt to call in their home for what we called a sales call. And well, we did pretty well. There was one time that, well, there was a weekly little paper sent out called the Wherever News. And one morning, I'm bragging now, one morning my phone rang, and my superior, the supervisor, said, "Have you got your Wherever News?" And I said, "No, my mail doesn't come this early over here." He said, "Get over here, I want to show you something." We both were living in Salina at that time. And I went over, and he said, "Look at there." And there it said, "Shipping leader of the Kansas City District, Hutchison." So I was shipping leader one period.
Yeah, you told me you thought you were going to get rich.
Yeah, I thought I was going to get rich.
So what happened that you gave that up?
Well, then, as happens with young couples, my wife became pregnant. And when she got pregnant, she could not stand the smell of food. And she had been the one that was preparing the food while I was out trying to sell pans to another couple somewhere. And so I hired a young man. And he was very good. He prepared the food good and answered the questions and helped clean up the kitchen, and it all went good. But my sales, they plummeted. So it became pretty evident to me that that little brown-eyed beauty that I was married to was the one that was selling the pots and pans.
And I have to admit that the thing that stopped that was me.
Yeah. Well,
because I was that firstborn baby.
That's right, honey.
Yeah.